Well, it's not been a rough season. I mean, you guys have been fast and been consistent. It's just a matter of getting that first win. How big was tonight?
Man, it's something that when I lay down tonight, I'm going to think about for a very long time. Winning at the inaugural Knoxville race for the trucks is something that it goes down in the history books. You won the first one, so that's really special to me. Everybody at HRE, Toyota, TRD, just everybody that does this deal. United Rentals is a big part of this. Shigi Tori, Mike Gricci, and just all these guys. There's so many people to thank that I could go on and on forever, but this means a lot. I'm not a dirt guy whatsoever. I don't claim to be. Probably won't ever claim to be. But the track just kind of like worked into my favor. Early in the race, we were kind of working and running that top lane, and I didn't know what I was doing up there, and I was just trying to do everything I could to stay where I was at. And then once the lane got worked in on the bottom, I felt really confident down there. I started finding that using that berm through the corner would help set the truck and help turn our Tundra and get really good drive off the corner. So I started using that to our advantage, and I drove down, ran down the 38. The next thing you know, we restarted on that outside lane, fell back, came in after that stage, and I kind of thought that, I'm not going to say I thought our win was out the window, but I thought it was going to be really tough to get back to where we needed to be to win the race. And that's one thing about our team was we never give up. We never do. We always fight until the end of the race, and those overtime restarts, I knew I had to not spin the tires, get through the gears as best I could, and do everything I could on the outside lane to get around the 18. And we had that caution come out perfectly when we needed to. NASCAR said we were ahead of the 18. It was too close for me to call. I couldn't tell. And when we had that restart, I thought that if I could just get through the gears good and not get roughed up getting into turn one to the center of the corner, I really thought that we had the truck to beat. I thought that once we left the corner, that we had such forward drive that we were just going to drive away from. And then when my spotter came out of the radio and said, hey, you got 4 or 5 truck lengths going into turn 3, I knew if we could just get back to the white flag, we had it in the bag. And it just worked out our way. It was just one of those races that we've been due a win. And like you said, our team's been doing really good all season. We were locked in before coming into the night, but we feel like we've been just missing that little bit. And hopefully this builds our confidence going forward that we can go knock off a lot of wins going into these playoffs.
Do you feel like you needed this win before the playoffs just to, beyond the bonus points, just to be able to establish some momentum?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we had the confidence, but at the same time, you're always kind of second guessing. You're always kind of second guessing yourself. The team might be second guessing their self. They might be trying to. We actually had a meeting. Me and Scott did a 2.5 hour meeting before coming here, and at the end of the meeting, I was like, look, let's just kind of, how do I put this? Let's just kind of like tone things down. Let's not overthink things, and let's just go do what we know how to do best, and that's run up front and win races and run top 5 each and every week, top 3 each and every week. And that's kind of the mindset we had coming into this weekend, was just go back to what we knew, what we could do, and quit overthinking things. I feel like there's been times throughout the season that I start overthinking things in the truck, and then I tell Scott, hey, the truck's doing this, doing that, whatever, and then next thing you know, we kind of make too big of an adjustment or not a big enough adjustment. So just things like that I feel like that maybe I've been a part of, or Scott's been a part of, or the whole team's kind of been a part of kind of that overthinking. And this weekend we didn't overthink things. I actually went out on the racetrack during practice. They said, how is it? And I said, I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing. So we just kind of left it alone. We didn't adjust the truck very much, and we just kind of let me just kind of get comfortable in my Tundra and just me figure it out. And that's kind of what happened at the end of the race, is I just started figuring things out that other guys didn't really notice, I guess, and using that berm really worked to my advantage at the end of the race.
Last one for you. You're probably the only guy leaving here happy, given the way that the race turned out at the end.
Yeah.
But is there anything about the format or maybe a halftime break to work in the track or knocking out the windshields, whatever, to make these shows a little less crazy when it locks down at the end?
Yeah, I thought Knoxville did a really good job of us being able to see. There wasn't really no dust or anything like that. And then, the dirt or anything that flew up on the windshield, it actually wasn't that bad. Bristol is a total different animal. So, but I thought Knoxville did a really good job. The dirt that they used, and I don't know anything about dirt, but whatever they did was really good. If they would have reworked in the track, I don't think the track would have really played into our favor. So I thought that the more the track got slick and you had to run the bottom and be really committed to the bottom, not make mistakes, and just kind of maybe back your entry up a little bit, roll the center, kind of use that curb and turn, and then have that drive off. I think it played into my advantage. So I liked how the race unfolded, and I liked how the track unfolded. But it did make it tough where it almost was like the old Bristol, where you had to rough somebody up to get by them. So it would have been nice to have 2 lanes to where you could kind of, some guy would be right up against the fence and somebody could be right on the bottom, to where you could kind of work 2 lanes. But that's kind of the only thing that I got for you, is if you could work 2 lanes, would have been a little better racing.